Hello, everyone. This is week 2 of my LinkedIn Live 52-week challenge. I'm here with my LinkedIn bestie, June Colaroso. Today, we'll be talking about why you should create content. June, you want to share a little bit about yourself and before we get into our topic here?
Yes, happy Friday, everyone. Happy first week of the new year, 2021. I'm June. I am a former recruiter in the tech industry, and I am now a career strategist. And my overall passion and mission is to help job seekers who are those underdogs level up their careers and self-confidence in their job search, as well as their personal brand. And I'm really excited to be your first guest, Stephen. Thank you for choosing me.
Yeah, no, it's an absolute pleasure having you on. I love your post. I love your energy. I love your creativity. And we'll get into that in a little bit. So I want to have a little fun here. So I want to do an icebreaker here, and I can go first, and June, you can go right after. So the icebreaker I'm going to do here is I'm going to share 2 truths and a lie. And then everyone in the comments, you guys guess what the lie is. And June, you can guess as well, and I'll share what the lie is. So pay attention here. Number 1, I have visited 6 continents. Number 2, I have lived at the same address for the last 25 years. And number 3, I don't know how to wink. And if you missed that, here's the 2 truths and a lie. So give everyone about 10 to 20 seconds here. Take a look here and put in the comments, what do you think the lie is?
That's really good. I'm going to think out loudly here. I'm thinking, either 2 or 3. That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think out in the interwebs? I think.
And if you missed that,
oops. Yeah, I hear you.
Sorry, that's my fault. That's my fault.
What do you guys think? Is anyone commenting? Co, what do you think? I see you in the comments. Manuel says 1. Philip says 1. What's 1 again? Let me see. Oh, you. Yeah, maybe it is 1.
So we got a couple people saying it's number 1.
3.
Which one is the lie here?
We should have music, game music.
This is just my second live, June. I'm not a LinkedIn live expert like you, so I'll figure it out as I go. All right, so we got some comments here. We got visited 6 continents as a lie, or try to see him wink as a lie. So June, what is your guess?
I think number 3 is the lie.
So you think I know how to wink?
Yes.
And the lie is number 1.
Oh.
So I've only visited 2 continents. I have lived at the same address for the last 25 years. And this is a weird quirk about me. I just don't know how to wink. So if you want to see me wink, this is what it looks like.
Shut up. You can't do it with 1 eye?
No, I can't.
Wait, do it. Really?
I can't do it.
How about you close 1 eye and then do the other eye? No, close 1 eye.
I'm trying. Well, so it's like, when I have conversations with my girlfriend and someone says something, you want to do that wink, I can't do it. So I'm like, so that's my 2 truths and a lie. So, June, you want to share what yours are?
Oh gosh, guys, I had a really hard time doing this one. Okay. Okay. I have been skydiving before. I have a twin. And I have been an extra in a movie before.
I'm going to type this up here. And then number 3 is you've been an extra?
Yes, in a movie.
All right,
in a major feature film.
Oh, okay.
In the United States.
Let me put this. All right, these are June's 2 truths and a lie. So put in the comments, what do you think the lie is?
I got. I'll do the game theme music. Jeopardy music.
Oh man, do I know June that well?
What do you think?
What the comments here? What do you think out of the three, which one is June's lie? All right, someone thinks June doesn't have a twin.
2. I'm kind of cheating here, though. I don't know if the lie that I chose was actually a lie. But let's see. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying anything.
What do you think the lie is? Put it in the comments.
People say 2.
All right, we got a couple 2s here. I think number 2 is your lie. What's the answer, June?
Okay. Oh, Co has been skydiving. The lie is number 3.
Number 3. You do have a twin?
I have an Irish twin. So an Irish twin is when you have a sibling very like close to age. So me and my brother are actually only 11 months apart.
Ah, okay.
Kind of cheated there, you guys. I couldn't think of anything at all.
I was gonna say what movie? I gotta make sure you're in the credits next time I watch the movie. I thought that's what your truth was. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm sorry, you guys. Philip says, "Wow, okay, did I disappoint you? I'm sorry. I couldn't figure out anything interesting. So, you put me on the spot. That was fun.
Yeah. So, well, I think the hard part's on me now. I got to come up with 2 truths and a lie every single week from now on. But
oh my
God,
god,
when this icebreaker, kind of change it up a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah. So we're talking about why you should create content. June, do you mind kind of sharing, how you started creating content and the struggles you went through, and just share your journey. And your journey's been absolutely amazing here. So I just want everyone in my network and yours as well to hear your story.
Hello. I'm sorry. Look at the comments. Philip's like, I'm confused. I'm gonna put the Irish twins meaning here. I googled it too just to make sure I'm like legit. Okay. So what motivated me? And hello, Bernard. What motivated me to start creating content on LinkedIn? I don't know. So if no one knows here, I mean, I think a few people follow me. The majority of my experience, I have over 6 years experience of using LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. So I'm very familiar how it works, but I only had the experience that I had was like using it as a tool to recruit and source candidates and really promote the companies that I've worked for. I had, fortunate experience to work with like Wish and Google and recruit for an agency that had major contracts with Tesla and Netflix. And that was the majority of my experience, is really just promoting the companies and the roles that I was hiring for. And then bam, I got laid off in April. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have a personal brand on LinkedIn. I had my brand within my own network. Like everyone knew my work ethic and my passion, but I didn't have like a digital presence on LinkedIn. So what I really initially wanted to do before I even started thinking about having a business is I just wanted to share my story, and I wanted to share my layoff journey because, I mean, given the whole situation with COVID, there was millions and millions of people out there that were experiencing that grief of the loss of a job, right? So really just wanted to share my story and really tell everyone that, we were going to be okay. Really use this time to kind of discover yourself, learn new skills, network. And that was my initial intentions of, creating content on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's just all about like helping others, right? And I think that's what the beauty of LinkedIn is. It's just such a supportive community, right? And we're all here supporting each other, collaborating with each other, just like right here with the live. And I mean, we're just here to help each other. And, that's kind of how I started creating content as well. I started my 52-week challenge of making videos every single week on LinkedIn. And I decided to share career tips and advice because, I have all this knowledge, I have all this tips and advice that people have given me. And why keep it to myself, right? Why not share with as many people as possible? Because I want to help as many people as possible. I don't want to compete with them, right? I want to help them as much as possible so everyone can succeed. So I guess, June, when you started creating content, what kind of, challenges did you face when you're posting content? Like, what did you have any self-doubt or lack of confidence, or like how'd you get over any of that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I had a huge imposter, and I've often talked about this imposter. I call her Lindsay. because when it comes to doing anything new, you're always going to have that anxiety, like anxious feeling. And also LinkedIn is a professional platform, right? I didn't look at it as a way to connect and share my value and my expertise in recruiting. So I was very intimidated about the platform. And I think the best thing that I could have done was actually, I was laid off, and I took a little bit of my severance package and I invested in a business coach. And she kind of really helped me kind of find my way and boost up my confidence to get out there. And, after and before, and then here's the tip too, what I did. I knew I wanted to do, I didn't know if I wanted to do videos, because I was already doing videos on Instagram and YouTube. But before I started even creating content on LinkedIn, I spent a month building community and looking at following you. I think we were connected through Wonsulting.
Yeah.
And I remember you invited me for a coffee chat. And at that time, I was really insecure. I was having a lot of self-doubt. I lost my job. I lost my self-confidence. You invited me for a coffee chat. And I'm like, who is this Steven? He works at Lockheed Martin. He's an engineer. Why does he want to talk to me, right? So I didn't even. I don't even think I think I told you that I was going to start my coaching journey, that I didn't even book that call with you right away because I had so much insecurities. What was the question again? I'm kind of talking off the rails here.
What kind of challenges you face when you're trying to create content, and if you face lack of confidence or anything like that?
Yeah, it's insecurities, and I was constantly comparing myself to other people. Didn't think that I had enough experience, or I didn't think anyone would find my story interesting. And the real reason why I wanted to start sharing content on LinkedIn is because I didn't see anyone that and I think I said this to you on our live that I had you on my show with on. I didn't see anyone that looked like me. Didn't see anyone that had a similar story. I'm a mother of two, working in tech, bam, laid off. I love to dance. I love doing all these crazy things. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it, because I know that if I share my story, it's going to help at least one person out there. So that's when, after about a month of engaging in, different comments and posts from people like you and people that inspire me, I finally built up the confidence to post my first video in July or June, late June.
Late June, yeah. And I mean, that's why I really like your content, right? And like you said, you didn't see anyone that looked like you posting content. And now, throughout the last 6 to 7 months since you've been posting, you've gotten a lot of different followers, a huge amount of followers. You've got a lot of support from people. And it's because your story and your message resonates with people. There's a lot of working moms out there. There's a lot of people who got laid off due to the pandemic. And you're having fun on LinkedIn. You're doing the dance videos. You have your kids in your videos. You're doing the bloopers. And that just really makes you very personable. And you just built this large community of people that really, really resonate with you. So I really, really admire that. And, it's just you being you, right? You just being genuine. And like I said, I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to promote, is being your authentic self, And if you actually look at my videos from, because when I first posted my video, it happened at end of June, and then I joined your 52-week challenge. Take some water. But if you see the beginning of my journey, I was really reserved.
Hey, just like mine as well. My first video, my first 20 videos were just absolute crap. So.
Yeah, it's a different person, right? What the heck? I was really I look like when I did it right here in my office, and I looked back at the video, and it looks like I was a deer in the headlights, looking right? And I was just super, super stiff. And now I'm just whatever, I don't even care anymore. I think what was crazy though? I think I got a little bit more, how do I say this? I became more open and more myself when I got approved for LinkedIn Live.
When did that happen? Do you remember which month?
In September.
That was sort of I guess, a sense of affirmation, right? That, hey, people
approval
really,
too, yeah.
really like my content.
Yeah, I was kind of that, that kind of approval, hey, I'm being me and they approved me. I'm they must like my content. So now I'm just gonna there's no holding back. So yeah. I think that was even when I did my dance videos afterwards. So yeah.
So, yeah,
So
anyone who's watching, if there have been any questions, just drop them in the comments. We'll answer them throughout about why you should create content. And we just talked a little bit about kind of the struggle, right? Like both yourself and I, our first post, our first video, we were super stiff, right? And you probably agree with me. It's just weird. It's just awkward. It's a little cringy watching what you look like. For me 3 years ago, and for you 6 to 7 months ago. But I think the point of creating content, and you can add on to this, June, that a lot of benefits come from creating content, and with that, you put yourself out there, right? You start building up this confidence in yourself, and you start getting rid of that self-doubt, that lack of confidence, and it's like, what are people going to think? Especially with video, people are like, you start thinking people are going to judge you based on what you look rather than what you say, right? Whether what your content is. So, with just by putting content out there, and we all had to start somewhere, right? You can go look at June's first video. You can go look at my first video 3 years ago. We all had to start somewhere. But with LinkedIn, it's such a positive and supportive community that you're just going to get nothing but support. You're going to get nothing but positive comments. And that's just going to keep helping you, keep motivating you to create content.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, and I think the biggest tip that I could give anyone, because people do often ask me, what should I start? Like, what do I start? Like, what type of content should I start with? I think the best tip is start with what you know, right? It's like for me, I just shared job search tips because I've been recruiting for tech, and basically I know the ins and outs of what it takes to get hired at Google, right? So I was basically just sharing what I knew just to help people. And then I just started like sharing a little bit more of my story because, I was laid off. So I think that's the best advice too, because people are often like, I don't know what to share. I'm like, just share with what you know. Also too, a lot of people are taking different online courses or learning new things. Share what you've learned.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of people feel that sort of, I guess, imposter syndrome that, I just graduated, or I'm still in school, I'm not an expert. Like, what do I share about? And to that, I say, just share about yourself. Just, go do a quick 30-second, 1 minute long video and just share, hi, my name's Stephen Liu. I'm at this school, I'm studying this, and this is what I want to do in the future. And this is my first video. I want to use this as an opportunity, as a way for me to get out of my shell, to get out of my comfort zone, and start hopefully creating content in the future. And that's it. There you go. A 30-second video, your first post, your first video on LinkedIn. So if you really struggle about talking about anything, just talk about yourself. And it's okay to be yourself on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's okay, you guys. Like, I say this all the time. Companies hire people, not robots. Like, it's okay to share what you're into, like passion-wise. If you're into like art, creating music, if you if you're learning, Ko says, yep, learning Python on any online course. That's great. If you enjoy learning a new thing, like a new programming language, or say if there's just so many different things that I can think of that you could actually just share on LinkedIn. And I do want to also kind of encourage everyone, you never know who's watching your content or reading your content.
Yeah. And you might think it's a bad thing, but I get surprises all the time. And June, maybe you want to share a story, but I'll share my story first. I got quite a few stories, but this was very early on in my 52-week challenge journey. I think this was 2018, my very first year. And I'm in this meeting at work, not work related, but in part of this diversity and inclusion council. And I'm sitting at this large table. There's 30 people there, in the room, people of all levels. And I'm sitting across the table from a VP. And I said, "Hey, Sarah, how's the move to Florida? I hope how's the new job? Hope everything's going well." And he said, "Oh yeah, everything went great. And Steven, I really like your videos." And I'm just like, holy crap! Like, a VP at work watches my videos. And that's the thing with with LinkedIn. It's like, you can see who likes, you can see who comments on it, but you really don't know who views it, right? And I mean, a post with like 500 views, 1,000 views, you might only get like 50 likes at most, right? So you really don't know who's watching. And that just sort of like, wow, like, I have a positive impact on all of these people. And then a fun story I really like to share, and I'll let June, maybe you can share some of your surprise stories. I was at a Costco parking lot, and I already bought my stuff. I'm pushing my cart to to my car, and I'm walking, and the guy pulls up next to me. He's like, "Hey, I watch your videos." I'm just like, who is this guy? And he said, "Hey, my name is Octavio." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know who you are because I see your name pop up, right? I just don't recognize the face." And I said, "Oh, I appreciate the support, and for and as a kind of a thank you for all your support, I'm going to give you my spot that's down there." So I gave him my parking spot right after. So June, you have any like fun stories of like people who just randomly recognize you from your videos or from your posts?
Well, not right now. Like we can't go anywhere right now, so no one's ever recognized me on a Costco parking lot. Hey, Lona. But my inbox is just so full with so many messages from all diverse, because my community is pretty broad, diverse set of people, from like directors and like executives from like tech companies to like new grads, right, to moms. But what I would say is, like I said, you never know who's watching and reading your content on LinkedIn. I've received so many opportunities to either like get on podcast interviews, other people's LinkedIn lives, get on the surprising thing is I got invited to do an interview on a TV show.
Is this a new one, or is this the one you did with
the one that I posted recently?
Yeah.
The one that I posted. I didn't know like they found me on LinkedIn.
That's crazy.
A TV producer found my content on LinkedIn and reached out to me and was like, "We love your stuff. We'd love to interview you for CW26 what's called the Job Hunt show."
Mm-hmm.
And so I always wanted to be on TV. I'm like, yes, I'll do it. I mean, yes, it was like done over Zoom, but you just don't know. You never know who's watching.
Exactly. That's amazing, and yeah, it's appreciate the support. Especially when you don't know who's watching. You just get stopped randomly at a Costco parking lot, or some TV producer hits you up on LinkedIn and said, "Hey, we want you to talk about your content." So yeah, that's just the benefit of posting, because of course we want to help others. We want to get build more confidence. But again, new opportunities come your way. June talked about being invited on other LinkedIn Lives and being on podcasts. I was on 3 or 4 different podcasts. In November, December, I have stuff lined up for the beginning of the year here. So just by consistently showing up, consistently posting content, that's how you show up, and you never know who's watching. I've got a question here, June, and I'd like to get your thoughts on it.
What's better, editing your videos to hide mistakes or keeping them to be genuine? I mean, I've shared my blooper reels multiple times. I do edit my videos to like hide, like, because I mean Stephen probably does this too. It takes me like I don't write my content. Like I have an idea of what I want to say. Like I want to keep it to like at least 2 to 3 points, and then I'll record my video. And there's going to be like multiple takes. So it'll probably take me maybe like a good, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes to record like a 2-minute, like a 1 to 2 minute message, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll cut it and edit. And usually it'll take me like maybe the 3rd or 4th try, and then I'll edit it down. But then I always try to if I have time, because I do all of my edits, you guys. It's a lot of work. I will do like a blooper reel. So, or keep it genuine. I like that. I did a LinkedIn Live last night with Jamal Marshall, and he does his videos like basically with his phone. He's like doing hikes, and there's like no captions or anything, and he's just kind of like just talking to the camera, which I kind of want to do more of. I kind of want to mix it up a little bit, where it's like I have like a high quality edited video, and then like one that's like just me talking, just to mix it up a little bit. I would say be genuine.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. For my videos, it's just like June. I have some talking points and I film it, and it does take maybe 3 or 4 takes. And there's times I gotta make a blooper reel, June. I promise you that I need to make a blooper reel.
I'm so upset that you delete them. That's great.
I maybe I have to be genuine and post them. But sometimes I have a little tripod and I set up my camera, and then I forget my thumb and just sit there. And I'm like, okay, what's my next thought? And then I talk. So I cut that part out. But, stuff in between where I say or whatever, I just keep those in there because it's perfectly fine, right? So, no one's perfect. And especially when you're starting to post videos or create content, you can't expect it to be 100% perfect, right? So it's okay to be genuine, to make mistakes, and we're all human, right? We're not 100% perfect. So I think it's perfectly fine to put your mistakes, right? But don't just stare at the camera for 20 seconds sometimes, like I do my to be made blooper reel. But it's okay to have some ums or uhs or pauses or things like that.
Yeah, just like I always try, like when I do my videos, I feel like I'm just talking to a friend, right?
Exactly.
To somebody, and I haven't been able to do as many videos because I've been so busy. So what I have been doing is just repurposing content from like live streams and just editing them, because it takes a lot, you guys. It takes a lot of work. And Lorna knows this too. It takes a lot of work to edit. She says, I make it straight up in videos without editing. Yeah. I mean, you have to do what works for you. Do you know what I mean? But Steven did share his favorites editing and caption app, which is Clipscribe, which is an amazing app.
Yeah.
You just upload it, and then bam, it just throws the caption in, and it's pretty accurate. I would say
it's great, and I definitely recommend it. I tried using some free apps before, and the subtitles are like 60 to 75% accurate. So you spend more time fixing it than actually like I could have done it manually faster. But yeah, with Clipscribe, yes, you pay for it. You do have to pay for it. But yeah, it's like 95% accurate. It's like, oh, I want to move this word to the next line. It's really simple. You can do all the fonts and things like that. So it's very, I think it's a great deal. So if you're looking to take your videos to the next level and willing to invest in a little bit in it, you can pay for Clipscribe. And I found out about Clipscribe because I asked them. I was like, hey, what do you use for your videos? It's like, it's really good quality. And that's how you learn. You ask people, you get tips from other people, and you just figure out what works for you.
Yeah, exactly. Bernard says we all have a blooper reel.
Yeah.
Check out Clipscribe. Yes.
So I got to be better at making that blooper reel. So
you have to. Have you done any videos for this year?
I have not. I've repurposed my first LinkedIn Live to make 2 videos.
Yeah.
Not quite. I don't think there's any bloopers here, but if your kids crash the Zoom, I might keep it in as a blooper.
Oh gosh, actually, okay. Have you heard of Clubhouse? I think I told you about it.
Clubhouse, yes.
Okay, I was on this Clubhouse with other LinkedIn creators, or it was entrepreneurs. It was all about growing on LinkedIn, and I'm trying to be a little bit more strategic with my content and like keep everything organized. And I was asking them, what's the best way to repurpose content? There is this app or website called trylately.com where you could upload your live streams. And you probably could hear my kids in the background, guys. They're right in front of the door here in my office. And it basically will scan and audit your live stream or your video clip, and it will give you a recommendation of, I think, like 5 to 10 text posts.
Oh, very cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I'll check that out. If you don't mind, Gene, you can put that in the comments and I can highlight that here.
Trylately.com. Yeah.
So yeah, it's this is why part of the reason why I want to do these weekly lives as well, because it takes work making videos every single week. And if I do a live, I can pull out 2 to 3 videos easily with all the great content we're having here.
I know. And also too, it's a lot easier. Like, I don't know, something about like getting in front of a camera and then hitting the record button, it makes me nervous. But when you're on live, you're just speaking very naturally and
you're talking to a friend.
Yeah, then you're like, oh, that's actually great stuff. I'm just gonna use this as my video. So like last night when I did the live with Jamal, there was like so many different things that we talked about. I'm like, oh, this is content right here. I'm just gonna use that.
Yeah, exactly. So we got about maybe 10 to 15 minutes here. If anyone has any more questions, drop them in the comments here. The last talking point I want to cover here is what fears did you have when you started creating content? And how do you overcome them? And I think that's what a lot of new content creators or aspiring content creators face. They have all this.
Sorry, hold on. I'm on live, babe. My dog just came in.
Okay.
What was the question?
What advice do you have for people who are just starting to create content and who sort of like lack that confidence or who have a bunch of self-doubt? Like, kind of share your journey, and I'll share mine as well, and how do you overcome that?
Yeah, like going back to what I said originally, if you have some motivation to share content on LinkedIn but don't know where to start, I would, like I said, start with what you know. You know, think about what is the one thing that people go to you for and ask for help, right? Like for Steven, he's super organized. He's a great project manager. So I know if I need something done with like an Excel spreadsheet to track all of my meetings, I know I could go to him, right? So think about what subject or what advice people are always kind of gravitating to you for and asking. And that's the content that you want to share, right? That's going to like provide value and serve your community. And then if you don't have the confidence to start sharing content, start engaging and follow people that inspire you. Like that's what I did with Steven. That's what I did with Tisha Pellets. Hey, Arnold, we should invite him to the party. Oh, he's on vacation. Where are you at, Arnold? Where are you vacationing at? So jealous. What was I going to say? Yes, just start engaging and following people that inspire you, and then comment on their posts. And, you know, have an accountability partner. I actually had an accountability partner when I did Mark Metry, who's going to be on my show later this month, who is the author of Screw Being Shy, and he's like a huge time LinkedIn influencer. But he does this 30-day LinkedIn challenge, and I did it the same time I did Steven's 52-week video challenge, and I got an accountability partner. Her name was Robin, and we just would like encourage each other just to continue the challenge. So my biggest advice is get an accountability partner and do it with a friend, because it's always funner doing it with someone that you know.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I did a presentation back in April to San Jose State University where I shared it. You know, this is how you create a presence on LinkedIn. This is how you create content. And I talked about my 52-week challenge journey. And in my presentation, I didn't tell people, hey, go make videos right now or go do a 52-week challenge. But what came out of it was pretty amazing. 2 people started doing a 52-week challenge of videos every single week. And then, you know, 2 of their friends saw it, so they started doing it. So eventually 4 or 5 people started doing a 52-week challenge of videos. So they held each other accountable. They tag each other in the videos, and they found different ways to add subtitles, and they shared tips with each other. So it was just really, really amazing to see. What I want to add to that about people kind of lacking that doubt or lacking that confidence is, hey, just be yourself, right? And don't worry about what other people will think about you, right? Don't worry about how people are going to judge you. And again, LinkedIn is such a supportive community. It's such a positive community. Just putting yourself out there, just posting a video, or posting a text post or whatever, that tells people that, wow, this person has so much confidence that they're willing to put themselves out there. And I really, really applaud that. So I'm going to support their content. So if you have any doubt at all, just do it. And every single post,
yes.
Every single post, let me step back. The very first post or first video is absolutely the hardest one to post. But once you get that out of the way, once you get those positive comments, once you get that positive support, it just makes it so much easier.
Oh my gosh, I agree. And you know what? I've shared this to you before. I had to plug in my website. If you guys need any help with your job search, LinkedIn profile, personal branding, I'm your girl. When I first posted my video on LinkedIn, I cried because after I posted it.
Wow.
Because I never thought I could ever overcome that feeling, or that I don't know. It was just like I was proud of myself. Because LinkedIn, I mean, think about it. I like recruit for all of these amazing companies, have worked with all of these great forward-thinking managers. And for me, what was kind of stopping me of sharing content was the fear of what they're going to say, right? Or think of me. I've actually gotten so many people reaching out to me who I worked with, said, I love what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. And then also like been invited to do been invited to interview for companies, right? Because of my brand on LinkedIn. Even when I wasn't even I'm not even looking for work right now. So that's like the power of LinkedIn, you guys. You never know who's watching. You never know who's reading your content. You know that 30 million companies are on LinkedIn. I think I don't know what the number is. I have it in my modules, but It's like 94 million. It's the 90 million. 90 million are key decision makers. Like, think of LinkedIn as, the yellow pages. Do you remember yellow page books back in the day?
Yeah.
You go in the directory, you try to find, Stephen Liu. I'm going to call him. I'm going to stalk him at his address. Don't give your address to Maria.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's watching. But
this is an inside LinkedIn Live joke, so you're not in the loop here.
Arnold knows. Shout out to Maria if you're watching the replay. We love you. But I'm saying that it's a directory, you guys. You can find anyone at any company. Just do a targeted search and they're right there. If you want to get hired at Google, if you want to get hired at LinkedIn, start following the recruiters, start following the engineering managers, comment on their posts, comment on their articles. You never know who's watching.
I love this comment from Arnold. So it's definitely a sense of accomplishment every single time you post. You start getting all the positive comments, positive support from everyone.
Aww. Arnold, you're such a pro already. I felt like I was watching a commercial.
So
I loved it.
So there's a question here, but before we get into that question, I want to add to that point. There's so many people here on LinkedIn. It's a big directory, and someone asked me the other day saying, "Well, what if my future employer? What if someone wants to hire me? Like, they're going to look at my content?" And I told that person, I said, "Well, is your content, or if you look at my content as an example, is it a positive thing or a negative thing, right? And if by posting content, you're sharing your insights, you're sharing your expertise, you're sharing that you have a voice, you're willing to speak up, you have insights to share, and I think that's all positive things. So don't be afraid of what if my future employer sees this, or it's LinkedIn. You're sharing content that is professional, right? Sharing stuff that you will share, with your friends, with your work at the workplace. So don't hesitate to post."
Yeah, and I always say this too, and I've said this in an interview with the Mom Project. I show up on LinkedIn as I would show up in everyday life. Stephen has met me in person. Yeah. He knows how extra and high energy I am. So what you see is what you get. And this is how I work. This is how I show up at work. Everyone that I have worked with in the past knows the real, true June. So why wouldn't I show up like this on LinkedIn? Yeah. And I'm telling you, you need to do this because think about it too. If companies don't want to hire you because of the content you're sharing, do you want to work with those companies?
Exactly.
So that's my 2 cents, you guys. And I actually know, I had clients, I know people who've landed jobs because they commented on someone's post and someone was watching. That was like a hiring manager or decision maker. So if you want to stand out as a job seeker, if you want to stand out as an entrepreneur, as a thought leader, share content on LinkedIn. That's what's going to get you seen.
Definitely. So we got a question here from Monica. What do you think of multi-generational content creation? Would there be an audience?
Yeah.
I saw the question. So go ahead, June.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I read the question as, you got a wide range of people, bunch of different backgrounds, different levels of experience, and there is definitely an audience, right? You go figure out what your niche is, and then you post about it. For my content, it's all career tips and advice. So when I'm talking about why you should create content on LinkedIn, how do you engage on LinkedIn? How do you, create a network? It doesn't matter if you have, if you're just starting in your career or you have 35 years of experience. Yes. All these things apply.
I agree. There's also definitely a need for multi-generational content because everyone, if you look at my community, it's broad, right? I have people that are in entry-level positions to directors, right? Or to people in their mid-stage careers. And my messaging is basically just show up authentically, be yourself, very motivating and inspirational, but I also give you a lot of tough love. And that's what people want and that's what people want and need. So Monica, I would test it out. Do A and B testing. See what your community wants to see. I'm always surveying my community and asking them what they want to see from me. So I definitely think there is a need. And Monica, the reason why I started showing up on LinkedIn is I didn't see anyone that looked like me. I'm in my mid 30s. I'm 35. Okay. I'm 35. Okay. There. 35. And I'm proud of it. But my messaging is that it's never too late to follow your dreams and to share content and to be yourself. You know, and I've always wanted to be a dancer. I've always wanted to be an actress. I've always wanted my own talk show, and I'm doing it on LinkedIn. I can't believe I just said my age right now.
Yeah, well, I didn't say anything. Don't get me in trouble here. So, but as we wrap up here, and continue dropping questions. But June, want to let you make your pitch, or let you do your plug here in the last couple of minutes here.
Okay, I just dropped my website, you guys. So, actually, my 8-week group coaching program closes tomorrow, enrollment. So I don't think I'm actually taking anyone new, but maybe if you're interested. But my program is also offered for private coaching, but my 8-week group coaching, my 8-week Level Up Your Career program focuses on 3 stages. So we focus on clarity, alignment, really understanding where your strengths and skills lie, and what your superpowers are, and then also narrowing down your focus as far as your job search, specific roles and industries, because I think it's really, really important if you're a job seeker to have a laser focused strategy, because that's going to get you closer to your goal, right? And then we also work on the second stage, which is magnetize and activation, really building your brand on LinkedIn, as well as your resume, and help you with your networking strategy as well. So you could, network with people on LinkedIn to possibly get referrals, to get possibly interviewed at these companies that you want to work in. And then last stage is setting you up for success with salary negotiation and interview coaching, and then crafting your elevator pitch and success statement. So that's what I do, you guys. I help with everything. So you can find me on the website. Hey, Carl, how's it going? Carl is one of my LinkedIn favorites. He showed up today. Thank you. This is your show. I don't know why I always do this when I'm on other people's show. I'm like looking at their comments.
Yeah.
This is your show, Steven.
No, it's perfectly fine. It tells me, I got to look at the comments again. So yeah. June is an absolutely amazing. She's such a helpful person. And, if you're looking to take your career to the next step, and, June says she has an 8-week coaching program that's closing registration tomorrow. So you make sure you go connect with her. Go check out her website at buildwithjune.com. And, thank you so much for being a guest here, June.
Thank you, guys. And, I also have a LinkedIn live series, New Year Glow Up. So follow me, follow my hashtag. I have a special live on Monday. I don't know if you saw my survey. I was asking people what so I'm going to go with June's Classroom Corner.
June's Classroom Corner. I like that. I like that name.
Okay, because I've always wanted to be a teacher. So on Monday, I'm teaching people with my assistant, who specializes in personal branding for women leaders. We're talking all things personal branding and why it's important in your career. So stay tuned for that, you guys.
Yeah, I look forward to that. So thank you so much, June. Next week, I have another career strategist on, same time, next Friday, the 15th at 5 p.m. I'll have Dr. Jeremy Gardner on, and we'll be talking about how to land job interviews. And just a little blurb on him. He's a former rocket scientist turned into a career strategist. So he has a lot of different insights he can share as well on how to get job interviews. So thank you so much, June. Thank you for everyone who's been watching, sharing thoughtful comments, asking great questions, and go out and start creating content. And if you need additional motivation or additional support, send me a message, send June a message, and we'll be happy to help. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.